We're live. We're live. Testing
There we
1
are.
2. Testing 1 2. We are live.
Can everyone hear me? This is Mac saying hey to the chat.
Hey to
What's
the
up,
chat.
everyone? Oh, we got people already in there and chatting.
Nice. Tim is up in the house. Tim's had a good run today.
Tim's had a good run.
Good things
What a
happen to
run.
good people. You know what?
That's
Good
That's
things
right.
happen to good people. Alan's here.
What's up, Alan? Matthew, Devin.
Matthew. Having a ball share at Matthew's on Friday night.
JG's in the house. Thomas Freeland.
Ooh. Hey, JG. What? Tomas. H. Texas.
Yeah, I
Andrew.
never know how to H text. Yeah,
It's kind of.
Andrew.
It's took wow. I know what he's meaning. I know what he means. Houston, Texas, whiskey nerd. I think that's what that means.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Dude is super knowledgeable.
H
Super
town.
knowledgeable.
Oh, that's a lot easier.
You should know, Hack. I know.
Yeah,
I
you
am.
should.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
Oh, T free.
Tea free. Gotcha. Got to make that connection between the Discord peoples.
Yeah, we already got some likes in here. Thanks for hitting the like button, y'all.
Oh, that's super kind.
Oh yeah, we have a good announcement once we kick this off. But let's go, man.
Let's go. Let's get to it. Here we go. For 30 seconds to get my budget whiskey, and this is what happens, really. Like, this is what goes down.
All right. So I was saying I'm going to drink this ass pocket whiskey. Oh my god, I can't pour. It's
Wait a
midday.
minute. Time out. How much did that ass pocket whiskey cost?
Yeah, this one I think was like. I think this was like. Yeah, this is not a budget. This is like over $100.
Okay.
And it's this.
Hello, party people. Happy
What's going on?
Sunday. Hello, Mac.
What's going on, Hack?
Man, it's good to be back.
It's good to have you back. I didn't know for a week. I was
I know.
going to talk about whiskey
I know.
with, man.
Were you missing
It's
me?
good to have
Did you miss me?
I was. I missed you, man. I missed you.
Oh, hearts. Heart. I gotta use both hands. It looks kind of like a heart. I missed you too, buddy. Missed you too. But, it was for a good reason, right? I was with my boy, and today happens to be Father's Day.
Yeah.
I was with my son all week long at scout camp. So no whiskey for Hack until last night.
Oof.
Pours. We had a few last night, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a nice little night.
A nice little night. And so I would just want to start the stream, though, really by saying Happy Father's Day to all the dads. And I want to show you guys something. So this is my water bottle. This is my water bottle that I travel with during scout camp. And my son had it inscribed a few years back. You know, he's 16 now, but he was young and cute at one age and a couple years ago. And he says, "#1 dad, best and most hardworking dad ever." And that's my son.
Aw.
So
That's
I'll tell you, man, life comes at you fast, buddy. And you
Yeah.
got to enjoy the moments. So my advice to all the dads out there is spend that time enjoying the kids while you can. And then if you still have a dad and they're around, make that phone call because you just never know. My dad passed away about 10 years ago. So, make sure that you reach out and show love to the dads. But happy Father's Day. And thank you guys for being here tonight. Hopefully we're going to have a good end to the Father's Day weekend and have some pours and have some good times. And so how you doing over there, Mac?
I'm great. Great to have you back. Awesome story. I think you're our whiskey dad, Hack. You're our collective whiskey dad.
Yeah, I like being the
Is
whiskey
that okay?
dad.
Am I allowed to say that? I know
You
you're
are.
not.
You are. You just
Okay.
can't. Don't call me whiskey daddy. If you call me whiskey dad, totally cool. Totally cool. It gets a little weird if you call me whiskey daddy. So we're not going to do that. We're not.
All right. We won't do that. We'll see how many pours we get to before I call you that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, Tim is my dad, as Andrew said in the chat. Tim's all of our other dad.
I
But
am
Hack,
your
you're a
father.
whiskey dad,
Yeah.
and yeah, man, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy
Cheers to
Father's
you.
Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Mm.
Sipping on one of my favorites tonight. Got a little Pursuit United Double Oak. This is a store pick over at Pete. You met Pete over at Liquor Zone, and just such a good pour, man. It's just
Awesome.
nutty nougat, just like nice little butterscotch in it. All the things that a fat kid likes in whiskey, but also, as you like to say, but I think
Yeah, Hack kid.
I identify as fat kid. I think.
Dude, me too. I'm I'm sipping on. I pulled this guy back out. This is Old Soul Tin Type. I think this is one.
Nice.
This is the Old Soul's MGP source stuff, and man, this bottle I've loved. Um, it apparently made like a finals in the Ascot Awards
Ooh,
as like small batch or blend or something. Anyway, so that's what I'm sipping on. I'm digging it.
nice. Have a little old soul. A little old
Oh,
soul.
look, got the cat head shirt right
Oh,
here.
look at you, themed
Represent
out,
cat
buddy.
head.
Themed out. Themed out. Yeah. So my shirt is you probably can't tell on stream, but it's a little Texas Tech Red Raiders the hat. So I'm themed out too.
Mm.
My son got me this for Father's Day, so I thought I'd wear it today.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
one of those rollback shirts. I really like them.
Oh,
Uh,
those are nice, man.
we're gonna start. Here's one of the things we're gonna do is we're gonna basically start propping up everybody that doesn't sponsor us, and maybe eventually somebody will sponsor us. So we got some fun
Right.
stuff planned tonight.
Yeah, we do. See here in the chat, Matthew likes my hat. Yeah, this is from Nelson Greenbrier. This is their whiskey hat. Um, Shout out to Veronica for this one. She got me.
Good
Um,
lady that Veronica.
I just got love from love from NH. Just got home from taking my dad out for
Wow,
dinner at a nice steakhouse. Great time. That's
yeah,
awesome.
that is awesome.
That is.
What's your
Can't do it
favorite? We need to learn some things about you. What's your favorite cut of steak? Like when you go to a steakhouse, what
It's like ribeye, man. I mean, that's
fat
hard to beat,
kids?
right?
Fat kids.
Exactly.
It's the fattiest cut.
I love me a ribeye steak, but I at the same time, man, I've had a great I love flank steak. I love filet. I love But if I have to order one, it's a
Mm-hmm.
ribeye. So,
Ribeye.
what about you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
ribeye.
like the Casey strip. I think they may call that New York strip too. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
they do the same thing, but it's got a little bit leaner cut on it, but it's still got that nice marbling. I think that's probably my favorite. But
Ri-
yeah, ribeye. Tim says ribeye or GTFO.
ETFO. Hell
I
yeah.
feel you.
I'm
I
glad I
feel you.
answered that correctly.
I feel you. So tonight, just to kind of talk a little bit about what we're going to do,
Yeah.
should we talk a little bit about what we're going to do? We're gonna get into a fresh crack of Jefferson's Reserve Cask Strength.
Oh yeah.
How you feel
I
about that?
Well, I have some mixed. Okay, I haven't cracked it. This is fresh crack for us both. We haven't tasted it, right? You haven't
Nope,
tasted it before
nope,
anywhere.
nope,
No pours.
nope.
Okay.
True fresh crack.
I have a weird history with Jeffersons. I think we all might. I think it's part of the journey. I think every one of us have probably grabbed a Jefferson's Ocean at some point and had some thoughts. Mine, I know they're all a lot of different single barrels out there and batches, but didn't really like mine too much. But you know what? I hear good things about this.
And our guy Whiskier, who kind of he put us on the
Yeah,
map. He put us on the
he
map
did.
by interviewing us
Yeah.
at Spillway. So
Yeah, we owe a lot to Whiskier. Cheers to you. You
cheers,
have
Whiskier, for putting us on the map. And
tens of thousands more followers, and you did not have to do that. But yeah, great
yeah,
content. Follow
yeah,
Whiskier.
yeah. Whiskier put us on the map as the MGP sluts. So that was
Proud.
awesome. And but Whiskier says that is his whiskey of the year so far, and it's not even close.
He said
So
that.
he said
He
that.
said not even close.
Not even close.
Man. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So we're gonna see. But we've all got at points in time in our whiskey journey,
Yeah.
and the old boat whiskey got me too back in I think 21 or so 2020, where I was like,
Yeah.
okay, some salesman at some place says, yeah, it's it's been on this ship and it's traveled all around the different climates, so it's had all this different aging, and the undulation of the ship has rocked the whiskey through the staves. And then you get it and you taste it and you think, no.
Yeah.
It's just.
Can anyone in the chat, have you had a good experience with the Jefferson's Oceans? I've heard a couple people have I had one time that was great, but if you have, in the chat, tell me.
Yeah, let us know if you've had a good boat experience. Now I didn't have any seasickness from drinking it. It wasn't like that. It was drinkable. Although there's not much I can't drink, though. Unfortunately, I like whiskey. But the boat whiskey, I think it sets itself up to be. You're thinking it's going to be really. It's expectations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just like last week when we were talking about budget whiskeys, and you did such a great job of bringing all your budget whiskeys to the table.
I did. I brought a small bottle. That's budget, right?
No, we've talked about this. Just because you can put it in your ass, and I mean ass pocket. Just because you can put the whiskey in your ass doesn't make it cheap.
Hey, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad whiskey. Oh yeah, Tim wore his MGP shirt to the camp at Old Forester. That is awesome. Tim's an OG.
Tim is our daddy. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Tim is.
Which
congratulations to Tim too. He landed some pretty awesome models.
Yeah. So I know, Hack, that some big drop today.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, you sniff out the tater, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, I hear you might have got this bottle that dropped.
Yeah. Maybe should we just go to the crack and before we do Jefferson's Reserve, crack this big bottle I got today?
I think so.
All right, let's do it. Let's go over
to
the
crack, guys.
Let's go to the crack.
Crazy.
We're going right to the crack.
Right to the crack, baby.
Right to the crack. Straight to the crack.
We're about to see your crack.
Yeah,
if you've okay.
Yes, sir. Eagle Rare 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, Eagle Rare 12. Yep.
I mean, maybe, I don't know if you can kind of turn it a little bit, or I know I think the dash cam we're working on here.
Yeah, I'm working on it on the cam. I'm getting it back up. Okay, here we go.
But it almost looks a little like, I don't know. I mean, I know Tim was there in person.
Look, it says 12 right there.
Eagle Rare 12. It does say 12. I guess it's kind of like quirky branding.
It's a misprint. Bad misprint.
Well, I'm just.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Hack. I love that you tried to do this. Not all of us are as dedicated as Tim.
Yeah. Not only is it the Eagle Rare 12, it's also the Smeagol Rare 12. Ooh.
I just want everyone, I don't have FOMO at all with Eagle Rare 12 Hack because I have if I can learn how to use a camera, Smeagol Rare. So, Tim, you may have got a President's Choice, both President's Choices. You may have got the Eagle Rare 12, but do you have Smeagol Rare?
He didn't have this. He may have gotten an Eagle Rare 12 for $50 today, and he may have gotten some President's Choices, but he does not have the Smeagol Rare 12. Very, very hard to find bottle.
It's very hard to find. It might be my favorite tater sticker around. We paid way too much for this, didn't we, Hack?
Yeah. I know.
But you know what?
Let's not. Budget whiskey was last week. Let's leave budget whiskey in the past, okay? We had a little bit of a hard time with that. But yeah, see, Tim just said he does not have Smeagol Rare 12. He doesn't.
All right. So we have something that Tim doesn't.
That's right. It's pretty special.
So,
pretty special.
Also,
all joking aside, Eagle Rare store picks are usually pretty damn good.
This is good. This is damn good. This is damn good. And it's awesome. I wish we could play the Lord of the Rings music because I put this up on my Instagram and search for the Lord of the Rings theme, and that playing that soundtrack just brings me right back, man. What a
Oh,
great soundtrack.
God,
Anyway.
thick cherry, man. Thick cherry on this. For a
In
90
the chat,
proof, God almighty.
yeah, it's a great. Eagle Rare picks are awesome. In the chat, hey, Katie Turk, what's up?
What up, Katie?
Cheers.
Katie's Welcome back. Katie's becoming a loyal listener
It's
here.
awesome.
Loyal
21090s in the
viewer, I
chat.
should say.
21090.
21090. Oh, hey, while we're here and 21090, I just, I am eternally grateful, and I should have probably said this in the opening, but whatever. We'll say it
Yeah.
now. We passed 100 subscribers this week.
Yes.
Yes. And I think we really owe a lot of it to 21090. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of our heart. And then, just also thank you to all 103 people that have decided to sub to us.
Crazy.
I'm blown away by this because I just thought, this would be something for our friends to hang out, people people I know, and that would be it. But pushing 100 in I don't know, a month or so, like I'm just, man, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you to 1090 so much. We appreciate it, and hopefully we're going to do some things together eventually. Would love to do some fun stuff together. And if you haven't checked those guys out, their name is right there in our chat. 21090. Go check them out. They do an awesome job. And sometimes Mac is on there too.
Yeah, I am. And I got to go to Barrel Pick this weekend. My first American single malt, old line, and that's coming out. There's a big event coming up with 21090. They're going to have Jay West from Take there. They're going to have Hey Luke. It's going to be awesome in Baltimore at Old Line. Old Line was so great, by the way. Just such a great experience. We picked an awesome barrel, and 21090 is killing it with the barrels. So shout out them.
Yeah.
Cheers. Also, 100.
That may be my next pour is that Chattanooga. That is a great pick you guys did with 21090. That Chattanooga. Are there any of those left?
There are some left.
Go get one. I don't know all the details. It's on shared pour. Is that right?
It's on shared pour. Yeah. So you can maybe drop if it's still there in the link. Maybe drop that in the chat. I know
I did fix the chat where it will allow multiple sentences, and I think it'll allow a link to. I hope it will. I fixed our moderator on that.
But we had a very strict bot. We had a very strict bot.
He was keeping a tight eye on us. He was like, "No, I know these dudes. We're not going to let this get out of hand." Wow.
So, Hack, we were talking a little about what we're going to do tonight. Maybe let's bring us back. Mm-hmm. We're gonna crack the Jeffersons here, but we also are gonna do a thing with blind barrels, which starting like we just said we're gonna do. I think we might be the only whiskey tube that we bought. We bought the blind barrel kit, right? Yeah. They did not send us. No. We did not get sent this kit, but it's gonna be awesome. Yeah. We're gonna crack this blind barrels. We're going to go through the blind barrels. It's going to be cool.
Yeah. And I talk about blind barrels. I'm going completely blind into this. So I rolled into town yesterday, was kind of worn out, crazy busy. Last night we had some pours. So I've just opened the box, but I don't really know what the hell's going on. So this could be great. This could be awful. Yeah. Probably worth sticking around to see because I have no clue what I'm doing with this kit thing, but it's right here. I'll just give you a little preview of it. This is kind of what it looks like. I'll move over that.
Unboxing.
Yeah.
See unboxing videos. I love.
So blind barrels. We'll do an unboxing of this. Again, we're sponsored by no one. So we basically, we pay to let them use their stuff. So,
but it's a really great idea.
Makes us more authentic, right? That makes us. Does. Yeah.
We're here for our 103 subs. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Jay says we haven't had any technical difficulties, so we've already surpassed it. Hey, the stream is early. It's
true. I feel like maybe we have had some technical difficulties actually, but
we have.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna do the blind barrels kit. I'm excited to do that with you, and I've got a ton of stuff here too. Like I've got a bunch of stuff lined up. Right, I've got all these samples. So the kind people either shout out my Houston Basement Dwellers, the group that I'm here local with, or friends from Bruzel, or people that I've met have all given me like different samples, right? And so I've got a bunch of them here, and I thought, I'm going to bring them in. That's Found North from H-Tex. So he wants me to try that tonight. So we will get to that. So got a bunch of stuff here to kind of go through. Feels like maybe we got like too much to do. I don't know.
Which we're gonna have. My favorite part is Into the Night Hack pours. That's the best. That's when Hack really gets going.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah. Into the Night pours are always good.
All
right. So what are we doing next? You want to get to the Jeffersons, or what do you want to do?
I think it's time for the Jeffersons. Has anyone else heard in the chat that this Jefferson's cask is supposed to be the thing?
Yeah. I think, you know what? Who else? SLB. I think SLB.
Oh, yeah, SLB Drinks did it. Yeah. I think they put it in the blind. I think they liked it. I forget what they.
That's a Good Times. I can't use a Good Times Glen for this because I'm not ensured that this will be a good time.
This is how you know it's a fresh crack. I'm going to try to freshly.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I hope everyone look at this. I want you guys to look at what I got, which I definitely needed. And Veronica, don't watch this, but
it turns.
It is a Lazy Susan Jim Beam barrel top.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Fancy. So like you could just kind of spin it and whatever you get. Yeah. Like if you put samples like all around and you just spun it and then wherever it stops.
Yeah. Also, I wish I had the guy because he has like an Etsy shop. I should shout him out. After this, we'll like post something at some point, Hack, and I got to call this guy out because,
I'm having a hard time with this plastic. Oh, there it is. I think I found it.
Like, guys, I look like a moron. This is why I don't like opening things like on stream.
No, I'm having the same problem. Like, normally how there's like a little.
Veronica's watching.
Oh, you're in trouble now, buddy. Yeah, I think I'm going to get my pocket knife. And yes, I do have a pocket knife. Actually, I think I'm going to have to get my pocket knife to open this thing.
I'm going to use my incisors. Here we go. Jefferson's, why don't you have a perforated freaking plastic cap? And now I've got to take the stream on the shoulders yet again. Yes, Alan, she is out of town right now. She is out of town.
Yeah, she's out of town.
Oh, wait. We do also need to say something about the Green River 250th, which... But the Green River 250th, which I know Tim also has, I think that was the Army's the celebration of the 250th anniversary. I don't know what I'm talking about. Can someone help me with what the Green River pick was? But I think it was for the Army, and I think it was in honor of the Army's 250th. So if I'm wrong, please correct me in the chat.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And
I'm still trying.
Really wanted to do the Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Okay, I got the plastic off. That was step one.
Okay, so I'm.
Oh, that's going to be a good one. I need to do it near the mic.
This is going to turn into a short.
That was a good pop. That was a really good pop.
All right, carry the chat.
Okay. All right, guys. So we're doing our first pour, Jefferson's Reserve limited edition cask strength. There's something you need to know about this, and it's some people have already. I think boat whiskey. This is not boat whiskey, so it hasn't been on the boat. First of all, but second of all, I can't not call Jefferson's Reserve boat whiskey, so that's probably going to happen a few times. But the 2024 edition of this looks identical to this, except the laser code on the back. And you need to make sure that you get the 2025, right, Mac?
Yes, because I have the 2024 in Miami right now at Veronica's condo. So anyway, maybe we'll do side by side. But yeah, I had to. Yeah, that's sneaky though. I didn't know about this last year. No one talked about it last year. Anyway,
all right, let's get on the nose.
Do it.
Oh, it's got light vanilla.
I'm going to say this: not a super compelling nose.
No, I'm not getting like a ton of it doesn't jump out at you. I think if you were doing this nose in a blind, it wouldn't necessarily like
What?
blow you away, especially on a
Yeah,
fresh crack. Like,
it's no Calumet 18 nose.
no, definitely not
Yeah, no, you know what, and that's right, Hack. Like we need to also say fresh crack.
fresh crack.
That's important, and also the proof. We didn't even get the specs. It's 130 proof.
130 proofer, so it's going to carry a punch here. And but yeah, the limited edition cast strength from Jefferson's Reserve. What'd your bottle run you price wise?
60, 65, I think.
Yeah, I think I paid 69 at Total Wine in California is where I got mine. Just found it. But yeah, so it's got a very light vanilla nose, maybe a touch caramel.
Yeah, I'm getting a little heat in there. Yeah, I mean,
It's not bad. It's not bad.
it's not bad. And like, if you think of prices, right? Let's also think about how much we're spending, right?
Gives me a little bit on the first sip. I need to go back
All
one
right.
more. It gives
Also,
me a little
Matt,
bit of vibe of Bowman cast strength, a little bit. Just
yeah,
not as deep and complex and rich, but that's the flavor profile.
J JG is asking mash bill, and that is a great question, sir. Jefferson's is not very transparent
No,
with that. So I was looking a bit. There may be some others in the chat that
give me a
know.
color.
Not sure.
It's. I feel like it needs some age.
We do know it's around 8 years. Okay, this drink's a little hot. That's the only thing.
That's
Like, and I like hot, but like,
it's spicy.
yeah, I you know what? I think I'm looking forward to this. Like, coming back in a couple weeks, maybe Hack 2. Like, we'll talk about it here, and then that could actually be a pretty good discussion, right? Of like, what are some bottles that have opened up for you that you didn't like on first crack? Because I know there's a couple Penelopes that at first crack I was like, why did I spin this? And then I came
Yeah,
back and I was actually really impressed. But
yeah. If you let the finish set for a little while, like I just did, you can get some of that leather oak in it.
Matthew's got the mash bill.
Oh, 60, 30, 10. Huh.
I haven't memorized that mash bill. Not sure.
I, I don't understand why he called this the whiskey of the year.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, and maybe to be fair, I'm not sure if he did say, maybe he like said that as a question, kind of like we did. Is it, or did he actually say maybe whiskey of the year?
I think you can watch the short. Like
Okay, yeah.
he goes all in on it.
So,
As it
maybe for the
sets the
price range,
nose, you get more oak on the nose now. As it's kind of setting, do you get?
um, I do get oak, and I do get light caramel. It feels very one note nose.
That's yeah. I don't know. Yeah, one note nose is a good call.
And a little and the ethanol.
And it's not fair. Like we cracked it, poured it, it didn't set.
Yeah, but that's the but that's the name. It's called the crack hack.
I know, I know, I know, I know.
Has anyone had this in the chat? All right. All right. That was my third sip, which shout out to Todd.
You know what
He
I
does
think it
three.
is? I think a good difference in because I'm comparing it to what I would consider a whiskey of the year. So it's about expectations, right? So when you have super high expectations for something,
Yeah.
it's really tough. I didn't have very high expectations. I mean, I had expectations for Bowman cast strength just because it's so hard to get. I didn't really see any YouTubers out there saying, "Oh, it's the best whiskey of the year," whatever. But it just was really, really good. And so I keep comparing this to that Smith Bowman cast strength because it does have a similar vibe feel to it. It
Yeah.
feels like it needs a couple of more years. It feels like it's a
130.
little the you know the heat on it. I like the heat. So it's going to sound nerdy, but like in your palate space, right? If the finish kicks on in and the heat is too early, then it feels proofy.
Yeah.
If you can kind of get all those flavors and then the proof kind of kicks in towards the end of the mid palate, then into the finish, but it feels like the proof kicks is like way too early in the tasting. You're searching for those flavors and you're searching for something, and then it's like, oh, all that proof. But I don't know. That's my thought.
So let's talk about price. Let's talk about age. So we think it's 8 year. I think that's what they say, around 8 years. Cask, we got 130 proof. I start to run through my head of like, what are some other things to compare this to? I go to sourced MGP. I know that's a shocker for you, Hack, but that's where I go, and I've got. I think there's some other MGPs out there in this price range that could compete. I think I get a honey. I get like a oaky honey, like amber honey, light caramel palette. It's just like kind of a sweeter oak. I don't, now that I'm on the third or fourth sip, like it drank a little hot, but it's 130 proof, right? Like it should have some kick. I think it has the appropriate amount of kick. I think this is I think it's good. I don't think it's groundbreaking. I don't think it's run to the store, grab one necessarily. I think for the price though, if you're traveling, or if it's not bad. What do you think?
No, I agree with everything you said. I think the thing I want to do with and that's like, I want to come back in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
When it's had a little time to open up. I think it could be really exciting after it's opened up. I really do. I think it's got that profile that I like. It's got rich fruit in the mid palate. It's got the sweetness on the nose. It does have some oak that is starting to linger now on the finish for me.
Yeah.
Which I didn't get before. And the longer I try it, the more I'm liking it here. But it may just be that it's just had a little time to air. As the glass is a little emptier, I'm getting a little more depth on the nose than I did when I originally tried it. So
yeah, we got to do the Detling. We got to do the Detling move. Smell the empty glass.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's almost like the Smoke Eye Hill situation, where Smoke Eye Hill was called the George T. Stag Killer.
Yeah.
And everyone bought it, and now I haven't heard anything about it in a year.
Yeah.
Smoke Eye Hill is great. I really like it. It beat Stag Jr. Didn't beat George T. I didn't blind it with that, but I just don't see it doing it. But like, if you would have poured this in a blind, and then I bet it, with some of the heavy hitters,
it'll do really
I think
well.
it'd probably come out mid range or something, and I'd be shocked. $60, $65 Jefferson's. I'd be surprised. It's a good whiskey.
Yeah. I think it's the best Jefferson's product I've ever had.
Yeah.
And I've had probably 3 or 4 different of their expressions over 5 or 6 years. So it's probably the best Jefferson's I've had. I didn't have last year's 2024 to compare to this, so maybe that's the call. Like, let's compare the one that you got down there in Florida. But my thought with it is I want to give it another shot after it's had time to open up. But I wouldn't like run to a bunch of stores and try to find it because somebody called it the whiskey of the year. That's my take.
Yeah,
I'm one dude.
I agree.
I'm one dude. That's, in my opinion, means nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, and it's also palate, and I think Whiskier is doing some great stuff. So, shout out to Whiskier. I think this is a good bottle. I think, you know what, didn't blow me away. For the price, it ain't bad. That's all I'm saying. I just wish it was put in a ship and put across the ocean. That's all. Maybe that's what.
That's what they missed. If they would have put this cast strength version on a John boat and in a Texas lake somewhere, yeah.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, that is the crack, you guys.
That's the crack. But we're going to do some other cracks, right?
But yeah, do we need to do blind barrels before the other cracks?
Oh,
because we're going to get way into.
Fine. Okay, you're right. I was so excited about my samples. I really want to get, but you're right. We need to do the. Let me put this.
But
I'm gonna go put this one in the vault. The 12-year Smeagol. Hold on.
I'm going to talk while you do that. I'm going to talk about
Wine barrels.
wine barrels.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, I signed up for this last. I think it's a quarterly release, and again, I paid with this my own money, and I paid for it for Hack out of my own pocket. That's how much I love Hack.
Thank you.
At the same time, it's pretty. It is like $65. You also get access to their inventory. Like if you like some of these, you can buy them on their shop. I think it's a great idea. Quarterly, they send this out. You go through, and I'm telling you, it's like I think they include anything, everything like ryes, American single malts, bourbons. I don't think they go full like Scotch on us or Irish. Sorry, Matthew, but we like it's a cool thing. And then they have some really great sort of like branding. And I talked about this on my Instagram profile too about flavor wheels and things. That really kind of helped me as I was getting into whiskey more of drilling into like what are some of these flavors you're seeing here. And it's a really cool thing, I think. Again, it's not a paid sponsorship. It's something I paid for out of my pocket. So, Hack, we're about to see this. We're about to do this in real time. I don't even know how we're going to reveal it.
I have no clue what's going on, except I like the monkey with the top hat. I really do. I like the monkey with the top hat. I don't know why.
So,
I think he looks cool. And then also, like you said, the little tasting table in here.
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing it on a wheel, like you said. So seeing it in rows and columns, kind of like this, this, it's really cool. One thing I wanted to call out too here is so when I first got it, right, you didn't tell me you were sending it to me, and so Mama Hack here would I talked to her a few times a day while I was at summer camp, and she FaceTimed me and she was all excited. She was like, "You got something in the mail, and it looks like a really kind of a cool gift, and like you didn't tell me." And so she's showing it to me, and I'm saying, "Oh, blind barrels." I'm like, maybe we finally hit the big time, and we're getting free stuff from somebody.
No, it's
no.
just from your boy.
No, just from my boy. And then once I figured out that it was from you, I was even more super excited. But it actually, one of the things it says in here, this is release number 14, and the name of this release is called the Prestige.
Yeah. That's cool. So I'm cracking these, by the way, Hack, and I'm pouring them in just to kind of let it. Have you started?
No, I need to start. I'll talk and do it at the same time. But one of the things that's really cool is the Prestige is because they say this distilleries in this lineup are nothing short of magical.
Of what? Sorry, you cut out there.
Nothing short of magical.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that is cool.
Yeah, this is A.
So, they do give us a little hint. So maybe while you're pouring yours, Hack, I'll kind of read what they hint us with.
Oh, they do. Okay.
We are thrilled to bring you this lineup, second release in our smallest batch series. Where did I see this earlier? That basically,
and I don't
we
know.
are
I'm gonna see if I can prop this up for these things too. This is so they're in this nice little.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah,
molded thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you again. I'm sorry.
No. I hope this is great content for everyone. We're gonna taste these in a second. Also, 21090. It needs to be on a boat floating up and down the Chesapeake Bay, and then I will buy it. Yeah, we do need. Come on, we need a Chesapeake. Yeah, or we need like a Potomac River, Senator release. What do you think? I like that.
John Bodo and Lake Henry in Texas. All right.
All right.
Yeah, it's a B.
So, here it is. Okay.
Look, okay. I even got my little lettered.
Oldest ever straight rye whiskey. There's a veteran staff distillery that provides work for those transitioning back to civilian life from the military in here.
What?
One of the longest finishes you'll see in a cask type we've featured before. So we never featured before. So I'm excited about
Where is
this.
this at? Where are you reading that? Is that on this page right
This is
here?
this no, it's
It's another
this
one.
thing.
Oh, it's right here.
Um,
It's got recipes on the back too.
yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
Grilled prosciutto peach salad with bourbon. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll make this recipe: a grilled prosciutto peach salad with bourbon vinaigrette.
All right, Hack, let's get into this.
I'm sorry.
Also,
I'm so slow.
my phone,
with this.
just so you know, Hack, my phone is being used for my secondary camera.
Yes.
I think we're gonna have to scan some QR codes at some point. So I don't know if you're able to do
I
that.
got my phone over here. Just don't let me screw this up. I don't want to reveal it too early. Just don't let me screw it up because there's a good chance I could screw this up. Really
I
good
love
chance.
it. I love it. You just pour yours, keep them in line. I'm gonna go to the chat here.
Okay.
CJP, cheers. What's up, y'all? What's up,
Sorry,
CJP?
guys. I'm old and slow. I promise I'm doing this.
Tim asked earlier for 60th, is it better than Old Fitz 7? We may have to pull that out again because I've got a thing later. I'm going to put Old Fitz 7 against the Wild Turkey 101 8-year age statement.
Ooh, yeah, we're doing that tonight too. I got too much work doing. All right, I'm pouring D right now. I'm pouring D.
Pouring D. All right. I don't know. I'm excited about it. The color on these looks. I don't know if it's just the lighting. I'm like.
At first, I thought they were really light. Like they look really.
Oh, really?
Young. Everything looks really.
It's
young.
my lighting. It's my lighting.
Yeah, everything. So this is A right here. Just show you some color on that.
Has anyone used the blind barrels? Has anyone ever done it? Okay. Say it in the chat. All right. I think we start rolling through these, Hack, whenever you're.
I'm ready.
You're ready to go.
I'm ready. I've got my tasting table. I've got my.
Hack, I say instead of this being a competition between us, we work together to get sort of what we think.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
I like the work together.
Oh, nose. Okay.
Okay.
I immediately thought rye on this one.
Yeah, me too.
It's got that like minty cedar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan, it's a cool idea.
It reminds me of a Young Willet product.
Yeah, I know how you feel about that. Are you gonna do you nose and then sip? Let's just do it. Yeah, I typically nose all the way through and then, but I don't think we.
That's got some nuttiness on it, my friend.
On the what?
On the palate. Yeah. I'm gonna nose and taste because normally I take a really long time and I don't want to for our viewers' sake because they'll go to sleep.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. All right.
That's got a nuttiness in the flavor. Right? Am I wrong?
I taste nuttiness. I taste it's sort of creamy, but then that oaky. There's some pininess too. I'm going to 2. I don't mind that.
I don't hate it.
Oh,
Topo Chico, another brand that doesn't sponsor us.
Okay. Now Todd's in the chat throwing some shade. Mac also thought I'm a deer.
Oh, that's.
If you know what I gotta say, if there was one situation where, if I thought, I know a finished whiskey was a VDN, but it was a Madeira, kick me out of the whiskey club, you guys.
The nose on this B smells more like a cider beer than a whiskey.
It's crafty, man. It
smells.
I'm getting Frey Ranchy.
Smells like a cider beer, like a little apple, but like very weedy.
I get that cider too now.
There's no proof on that.
Very sweet on the palate.
Very sweet. Grape.
Yes. Great note. I have mixed feelings on grape, but anyway.
I think somebody said that me putting grape in a bourbon was like that was wrong. Like,
AG Todd gets SPF 100 on everything.
Moving on to C. When you try, moving on to C.
Yeah, I'm on C too. When you try, we were doing wine finished American single malt, and when you try a bunch of wine finishes, if you guys have ever done that, it gets crazy. Like That's a tough one. That's a tough one. But we picked a great bottle.
This one has that wheat
Oh,
nose, that dusty nose.
yeah.
C
This
does.
one might. This might be my favorite nose so far. I get a little cherry. Do you get cherry on that?
I don't know, taste it out. Do it right now. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. This is
I
a
like
cherry
that one.
boy.
I like this one.
I like. This might be my favorite so far.
C reminds me of Baumburgers a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa. Okay, have you got to D yet?
Nope, doing it now. Trying to go fast.
D is like creamy creme brulee.
Oh, that's the nose I like right there.
That's your. Here you go, Hack.
Fat Kid Whiskey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that nose. It's not exactly caramel.
Oh,
It's more.
this.
Hmm,
Have you tasted it yet?
no, I'm going to right now. Let me do it right before you say anything.
Yeah, I don't want
Hmm. I don't like the taste as much as the nose. Hmm. I'm not crazy about that.
to. But you don't like the palate
The
as
the
much.
the palate doesn't match the nose. Like the nose set me up for something
Yeah,
really nice, and then the palate wasn't delivering. What? But you tell me what you got.
this has got to be an American single malt.
Ah,
Um,
okay, that makes sense.
which I like. Um, I I get that and Tata like this D, which I could be completely wrong. Watch it be like a weeder.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
I
I
get
think this
that
is a malt too.
chocolate
This has got that chocolatey.
Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't. I don't know. There's the malt that you guys picked. I liked a lot. This one,
Yeah.
it almost tasted to me
Well,
like a beer.
yeah. Oh, like a beer finish. Yeah, yeah. So by the way, the Chattanooga pig is not just a malt. So it's a bourbon. So it's 51% corn, but that Chattanooga has roasted malts too. But yeah, I think maybe you're saying you like that better, right? Because it has it tint. It's
It's
not just
rich.
all malt.
It's rich.
Yeah, it's not all
This is
malt.
not rich to me. To me, this is not rich. It's got that chocolatiness, but it's like super light.
Yeah.
Mm,
So
that's tough. That's tough.
how would you? Do you want to? Do you want to
Here's what
go?
I want you to do.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
I want you to guess mash bills.
Oh God, no. Because
Yeah.
we're in new territory here.
Yes.
I can at least guess. All right.
Are
I
there
think
any of them that you think? And look, I don't want to hurt your reputation because you are the mash bill god,
such a
god,
such a reputation.
like a GAWD god, like mash bill god. Is there anything that you're like, hey, I know exactly what that mash bill is? It was
I think
completely familiar because that's only fair, right? Like I don't want to, you know, be unfair.
I think all right, I mean this is all if you guys have ever done a blind in the chat, like tell me like have you guys done blinds of like everything where it's not just bourbons or whiskeys? Where I mean we literally have American single malts to rise. I think this first one might be 100% rye. So I'm going to say that. Can I say that?
Yeah,
Hack?
100%
I
right.
think
I'm writing it down.
I think D is an American single malt. So I think it's malt all malt. And then I think I think we've got a Weeder bourbon craft like a Frey Ranch for a 2. And then I think 3 is more traditional. I think 3 is more traditional, but it's got something going on, but it's more traditional Kentucky.
The one I'm most interested in at this point, and I'm not, you know me, I can't pick mash bills like you can, but I'm agreeing with all your notes. Like the wryness on A definitely feels like a Willet product.
Yeah.
B definitely reminds me of a Weeder, like the Old Fit 7. C is a
Old Faithful.
traditional bourbon feel to me. Maybe the Bombergers. D is something I just probably don't care for, and it has that maltiness, but not in a good way, not the way I like it.
Yep.
And so I'm going back to C right now just to
Yep.
make sure that that's where I'm at.
JG says time for coffee talk. Are we sorry, you guys? If we're boring the hell out of you, let us know. We're gonna get
I like
this.
C.
to
C
you.
is the one I like. 100%.
I think C is.
C's
So the
one I
question
like.
is, Hack, how the hell do we find out what these are?
Okay,
We gotta
so
scan a QR code.
yeah, so the bottle. Yeah, so I'll do it right now. So
Oh yeah.
um,
So
let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do ranking though. Let's do ranking. So
yep.
I've got mine ranked right now. I've got mine ranked. I'm going to do it real fast. So for me, it's C1, B2, A3, and D4. And I would tell you that C is up here. Like I like it a lot. B is about in the middle, and then A is a little lower, and D's way down. So for me, it's
Okay.
C, B, A, D. So give me your ranking.
I think so A is third for me, but it was still close. I really liked it.
A's third?
B,
Okay.
yeah. B is last place for me, but I still really liked it.
Okay.
I think C for me was first.
Okay. We both like C. Right.
So I think we agree there. But then I think the fourth one, that American single malt, which I'm liking, is second place.
That's just
different.
different.
But watch it be like Buffalo Trace or something. I completely embarrassed myself.
So you and I, we both had A third. We both had C first, and we flip flopped on B and D.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the reveal. I feel like we should reveal D first because we both think it's a malt, even though it's your second. But then I could also reveal B first. So which one do you want to do first?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Hack. Let's just go like 4. Yeah, I'm with you. You're the revealer, so I trust your.
Okay, let's do D first. D, I rated a 4. You rated a 2. So I think the way this works. Oh boy, I almost spilled that. Okay, so I think this has a little QR code, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna do I've got my phone. That we don't have to use yours. And by the way, I don't know if I said this or not, but thank you so much for this. This is such a cool gift. Like really, I was so excited. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? You're my bud. You're my pal.
Man,
that's what.
It's good to have whiskey friends. It's really good to have whiskey friends.
And this is what I want to say. While you're looking that up and you're to the chat, we're whiskey fam. # whiskey fam. That's what we do here. We're family, right? Like we're here to support, lift each other up, help. There's, that's the thing, right? Everyone's on a different part of their journey. We're not gonna make fun of people, including me, if I'm completely wrong.
Okay, there's probably a higher tech way to do this, but this is what it does, right? So it says, that's like I get to pick which sample. Take your first. Cool. We could have used this and kind of went through, and it has a thing on here too that's kind of cool where you can pick the age statement and the proof and all of that.
Yeah, that gets crazy.
See, we're not gonna do all that because we're live on stream. So D is the one we're going to. D? We're going to see the results right now. I think.
Yeah. Let's see the results. What do we got for D?
Quite interesting.
Uh-oh.
How does it...
Hack.
I don't... So, I'm sorry. So it says... So age statement for D is 4 years.
Oh.
The proof is 130 proof.
What?
That's what this says.
Okay. What is it?
It says it is a wheated bourbon type, but it doesn't tell me. Is it supposed to tell me more?
It will. It will tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where. Okay. So I'll do. Should I do each one that way, or should I just go to the reveal?
Yeah, just go to the end. I think Hack. But that's Wow. So it's not American single malt. This could be like a.
Oh, okay. So it's got another thing here. Okay, so it's got
So you
another
get.
thing here where it's just got the video up top, and then it's got sample A, B, C,
Oh,
and
cool.
D.
So it
So I can
so it
click
has like a
reveal on D
video.
now. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Like hit reveal. But that's cool that they have all this stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
you can get as nerdy as you want. Yeah.
Huh.
Uh oh.
So D is actually Harbinger Straight Bourbon Whiskey Cask Strength Barrel Select, the smallest batch. Iron Root.
Iron Root. So I would love to know the
Mash bill
mash.
is 80% corn, 20%
Oh,
malted wheat, a composition of 5 different types of wheat, including the 3 ancient Pharaoh varietals, which I
oh,
know that you know well. Could you tell me what those 3 ancient the fuck?
you're such an. So I well,
Fun?
that's a good. It
No,
makes me
no.
feel a little better.
Yeah.
It makes me feel a little
We
better,
thought that
Hack,
was a
because
malt, though. What?
well, but here's the thing: for those in the
It
chat and
still smells malty.
For those in the American single malt fam that love it and that know it more than me, when you get high corn and you get crafty and you get wheat, like with Detling, I get chocolate malt. I get like, yeah. So I think Todd's saying that's malted wheat. Like, thank you, Todd. For saying like, but I think like that's tough for me where like I think some of these craftier distilleries and then even the high corn, some people are using malted corn where it's hard for me to tell, right? My palate, I'm still kind of building it around some of those malty things. I'm not as familiar, but like, um, that's chocolate, right? Like that's what I got in D. So
So this, which I picked last, is in
is
fact
Iron Texas?
the Texas whiskey.
Oh yes, yes. Oh
Uh,
man, we
so
were just
fun.
talking
There's
about
a little
this.
fun fact. They do fun facts here too, which is cool. This
Oh,
is
that's so
really
cool.
this is a cool experience. Like, thank you so much. Like, this is awesome. We should do this every few
Yeah,
months.
like you
It,
could really sit down, Hack, and you could sit down and
oh,
you
I
could
would
take your
nerd out on
time for like
this.
hours. You know,
If I
could
was
you?
doing this by myself, I would have made copious notes and been a super nerd and like, yeah, it'd have been. But it says, fun fact: the second in our smallest batch series from a distillery which practiced the art of. Now, here's the thing: like, I'm not good at these words. I can barely say
All right, go
uh,
with it.
connoisseur, but it's élevage, like, and it's got a little thing over the e.
Oh, what the hell? All right.
So
Yeah,
you
no,
don't
keep
even
going.
know.
All right.
You don't even know. So élevage, a practice adapted from cognac production to help tame the intense Texas aging climate.
Matthew, I will not stand for the Texas bourbon slander. All right. So
Yeah.
let's go
So
to.
who knows? Hey, chat. Who knows what élevage is or élevage or who knows if I'm fucking if I'm
Yeah,
even
yeah.
saying it right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, good.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
Hack.
So that was D.
So where are we going next, Hack?
We're going to
Because
B. You rated this one last. B.
I rated this one last. I
Yeah.
said I still liked it. I called
Yeah.
it a weedy, Ranchy
Yeah.
sweet thing.
So, but again, C the one we just revealed was D, which was Harbinger Straight Bourbon Whiskey Cask Strength, the smallest batch. Number 2, Cask Lord Iron Root Republic. Okay, so
All right.
B, the reveal. I've never heard of this. Hugh Hamer Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in rum barrels. West Fork Whiskey Company, 64.99. It is a 103 proof. It's made in Westfield, Indiana. It's 7 years old, and 2 of those were spent in cruising rum barrels. It's a 99% corn, a 1% malted
99
barley.
Did you say 90% corn?
99% corn. Yeah. And your mash bill on this, which this is, again, we're over on to B, you called it a weeder.
I did. I messed that
Yeah.
one up. But
Yeah.
it finished in barrels.
Yeah, so it's a 99.1.
So it's an American light whiskey. Wait, what's the proof? No, or maybe it's not. Like, what's the proof? That's the whole thing.
It
What's
is
the
a
proof?
bourbon whiskey because it's
Okay, it's not American light. All right,
no. The proof is 103.
guys, this is tough.
And fun fact, take a super unique mash bill, 99.1 malted barley, 91 corn malted barley, and our first ever rum cast finish, a long one at 2 years, and you get this incredibly special bourbon, perfect for summer sipping. So That was my second overall. I liked that 99.1 corn.
At last place.
And you put it
So
last.
So then I think we need the reveal of A.
Makes total sense on the rum barrel now. Like
Yeah.
if you try B again, oh yeah. And now knowing it's rum, yeah.
I think what we're seeing, which I'm trying to make myself feel better, is that a lot of corn with a small distiller, you can get funky notes, guys. You can get funky notes. So just trying to so hey, what do we got? Because I put that
this blind's kicking my ass, by the way. Like I had no clue that was a rum finish. Like no clue that was a rum finish.
And how cool is it we get to try these like smaller distillers too, right? Like that's cool. That's cool.
Hold on, I'm writing down on my sheet the reveal just so that I remember that. And just I'll hold my phone up again. I've never seen this bottle before anywhere ever, but this is what it kind of looks like.
Which one is this?
Hugh Hamer. Hugh Hamer? You heard of that one, Mac?
Yeah.
Of course you have.
But All right, so let's go to A.
Let's go to A. We both rated this one third. You said this is a rye.
I think it's all rye.
Yeah, so let's look at that one.
Watch it be all wheat or all corn.
How is this? State and Republic Wheated Texas Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Ranger Creek Brewing and Distilling. What's all this Texas whiskey you're sending me?
What is going on? My Texas friend, you should...
I have not traveled much outside of Still Austin and Garrison Brothers. Let's just be real. Because it's not safe. It's not safe out there. This is a 3-year-old. I knew it was young. This is a 3-year-old.
It's wheat?
And it is 69% corn, 21% wheat, 10% malted barley.
Man. I was so confident in this being a rye. I even said 100% rye.
Oh, wait, let's see. That's what I'm like. This is...
And I'm going to take...
This is B that I revealed. No, which one did I just reveal? I'm so confused. This is A, I hope? Yeah, this is A.
I said A. So what is A?
Yeah, it's A. Yeah, it's A.
Okay. I was hoping I'd get... But, yeah.
Yeah, it's a wheated bourbon. It's Ranger Creek wheated bourbon.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. Small fact, it says, named in honor of a place that was a location for one of the last stands of the Texas Rangers. Ranger Creek is a veteran staff distillery that provides work for those transitioning back to civilian life in the military.
So, I think with like crafty wheat, like you can get some crazy stuff just to make myself feel better. And I'm getting the like minty, piney, right? Like what I think of with traditional rye, the 95.5. Yeah, and this, I think Todd says, Max says, watch it all be wheat. Hack reveals a wheat whiskey with 0 rye in it. That's 100% true. Where we are, and also we're in Texas. Man. Can we talk Texas? I don't know, Hack, if you want to talk about. It's hot down there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just you guys pull out 3-year-old whiskeys and, you know,
they throw you completely off. Yeah. But it's weird, you know, like I think it's, I look, dude from Texas, got a Texas Tech hat, got my cowboy hat over there. I love Still Austin. I love Garrison Brothers, but I'm probably a Texas tater.
What?
Texas tater.
Yeah.
Like those are our taters, right? Like those Still Austin, Garrison Brothers. A lot of these Texas brands, I don't trust them. And it's because I've tried some of them and they're not good. So, and I just, maybe I need to go back. Now, there wasn't anything here that was like crazy great. I think C is really, really good.
I can't wait. Let's get to C. Can you look up what we got going with C?
Yeah. So C, here we go. Here's coming C. Have we lost all our viewers? Has everybody left because they're
no? We've got the most viewers we had.
Oh, really?
Love from NH. So while you're looking up C Hack, I'll go in here. Texas Funk Strikes Again, JG. Yeah, it's a real thing. Love from NH. I should get this for my buddy's wedding. Yeah, it is actually a really cool thing where they you get to try some things, and like you've seen with me, feeling very confident about what I'm tasting. I am learning a ton. Like Like this stuff, some of the palate profiles with wheat and some of the palate profiles of corn that I'm getting here, like with that Texas heat, I never had.
I feel like we're vindicated now, my friend, on picking this number one.
All right, what do we got with C, buddy?
C is cast strength straight rye whiskey, the Prideful Goat.
Okay. Oh,
And
that's the rye?
it's a $90 bottle. It's the most expensive bottle in our whole entire lineup, and it's made here in Houston, Texas.
Wait.
And I was like, I've had this before. The Prideful Goat is actually it's made. Uh, it's a 95.5.
Okay, but so it's MGP. Wait, but is it MGP? I guess we don't. Is the
Yes,
contract
yeah.
built?
This is the oldest ever straight rye whiskey we presented. It's a 9-year-old.
Oh man.
5 years
So
in Indiana, and then 4 years in Texas.
wow. See, we were talking about this last night. We were in the Houston chat, and that's what I was saying. Like, let's like, why aren't people taking MGP barrels? And I probably just don't know, and putting them in the Houston and
And
in the, like in the heat and 95.5 9 years, 4 years in that Texas heat, and we thought this was traditional. I thought this was traditional Kentucky. Like,
this is what still Austin. I mean, they're not sourcing, but this is like this one.
oh
I would have never guessed. I mean, I was so far off on thinking this
man,
was rye. I did not think this was rye, but this
no,
is
and I
good.
didn't either. This is and so it's 95.5, right? It's not 100% rye,
Yeah,
but still, that's so crazy that
yeah. I'm
oh
pouring a
man,
little more of that C. So I knew I'd had this before, but that Prideful Goat. So
oh Major Zero in the chat. Cheers, Major Zero.
hey,
Thanks for
man,
joining.
thank you for joining us, Major Zero.
Yeah, man.
Big
Wow.
time streamer here joining us,
Yeah,
small dogs.
appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you. I met Major Zero in at Spillway, and he
Oh,
is
so yeah,
just.
yeah.
And I was saying, hey, at that point in time, we didn't have our channel up, but I was like, hey, we're thinking about doing this, and he gave me some great like pointers and very very kind. Thank you, Major Zero, and he also
Yeah.
lets me post a link to our channel in his Discord.
Awesome.
So extremely grateful for that, Major Zero. Thank you so much.
I think I saw
Yeah, the
Major's. Yeah,
prideful
so
goat. The prideful goat. Like I'm. Yeah. So this is our pick. This is number one overall.
that's awesome. That I I really like this, and now coming back to it, knowing it's 95.5, I'm like I should have known that, but at the same time, it just shows like what happens in the barrel, like with mash bills, with barrel to
Yeah.
barrel, like things can go, especially with that heat in Texas, right? Where some this so another cool thing, I think you can actually just go and buy this bottle, right? If you
Oh
can be a
yeah.
member, I think
Yeah.
shipping and like yeah. So wait, what's Alan saying here?
Oh, he's
Private goats.
100% right though. 100% right. Is that prideful goat's the only good thing to come out of that distillery, and he is 100% right. Like
Out of what?
out of the Alan, help me remember the name of the distillery here in Houston that puts because the other stuff they put out is it's not
Yeah. Well,
it's not no.
that's where I think like I was talking a little bit about this where I think for people that source whiskey and for those who don't know if you're joining like not everyone that puts a label on a bottle of whiskey.
Giant. I just remembered it.
Giant.
Sorry.
Not everyone who puts a label on a bottle of whiskey distills it, right? So you can source whiskey, and I know most people in here already know that, but we're just going to say that for others because a couple people may not know. But there's nothing wrong with having a company or a label where you buy whiskey barrels that you've tasted and you do something unique with them. And that's one of the things I love about MGP, who makes great whiskey. And then for those like I'm thinking in Nashville, right? National Barrel Company, Southern Collective. Go to Atlanta, right? You got Short Barrel. You're doing some awesome stuff. And I think even like Sealbox aged some of their MGP in Jacksonville, Florida. And now this, right, in Houston. how many years? 3 years of a 95.5? 4 years?
4 years.
You take a 4-year MGP barrel, you bring it down to Houston for 4 years. That's going to be so different than if that sat up in Indiana and you pulled it from the barrel. Like, that is awesome. And it took on some crazy notes to where I thought this was a traditional Kentucky.
But let me ask you something. So you didn't know when you did this, like, there wasn't anything you filled out that said, hey, Hack's from Texas, I want to send him some Texas whiskeys. This is just luck, right?
No, so I joined this last quarter myself.
Yeah, let's be clear, because I think people watching this are like, oh, Mac.
That I got you?
Yeah. Because you sent this to me as a gift thinking it was just a gift. You didn't, like, know it was going to be all Texas whiskeys.
And they said nothing about Texas. And anyway, really cool. And I think, what is it? Like, I think it's $65 a quarter. You get some cool stuff. Yeah, you don't get a ton of whiskey, right? It's in these little things, but it's the whole kit, and they put a lot of thought into it. I think maybe some of the things you're paying for are their expertise, or you being open to a new distillery, right? Where,
do you mind sharing? Anyway. It's rude to ask someone what they spent on a gift, so I don't want to be that dude. But we're also kind of, not being paid by Blind Barrels, but we're talking about them and just what it's going to run the good people if they want to do this at home.
I think it's $65 or $70 a quarter.
Oh,
and you get one of these kits, and so, but then I think you also get a membership in there, so like then you can buy that for like MSRP and I think shipping. So it's like if you're buying this just for the that size, it will not be a good price. But at the same time, there's a lot more, and it's super cool. And I think there's also a video, like a YouTube video hack in there and stuff.
Oh, I couldn't do it on stream because it would have been super boring. But there's a ton of information on here.
Yeah,
there's videos that they get into detail and like I'm gonna nerd out on this when we're done streaming, where I don't have to be on screen. But so you bought this for me for just a quarter, so just one time, or is it? Do I have?
You're going to be getting them. You're going to be getting them. So we're both. Yeah,
that's awesome. This is going to be good content. If people like this, I hope they like this. Yeah. If they don't like it, too bad. We're going to do it.
Yeah, I hope you guys. We're at the most people watching our live stream at the same that we've had Hack, which is cool. And I hope you guys, this was like, give us feedback. Like, I think we want to be able to walk through stuff like this and talk about and get nerdy, but we also don't want to like alienate the bad and be lame. But you could see that I missed every guess I had, right? And
I totally tanked this.
I would challenge even, let's challenge the best of the best here.
No, but I will tell you though, like amongst Texas whiskeys, the only one that I know that I've had and liked was Prideful Goat. But I've not had Ranger Creek. I've not had Hugh Hamer. I've not had Iron Root. I've not had any of those other ones. I had Prideful Goat at Whiskey Cake, and I liked it. I didn't think it was great, but when you put this one in that grouping, C is really good.
So that's cool. We're getting some good feedback, and like I'm glad you guys like that. And also, you're welcome, Blind Barrels, for us doing and me paying and us doing a long commercial.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's a great
Blind
idea.
Barrels,
like
send us some free stuff.
Like someone should have jumped on that, but it's so cool. I think it's super cool to do with friends. So I've only had one more before this hack, and I know we're going to move on to our next thing. But like they've got some really cool. I think it actually would be really great. Really great for both beginners and then also for people who think they know everything.
This is a great gift for whiskey nerds. It's a great gift, which I am one, and I'm.
Wait, you are?
I'm learning to be one. I kind of dance between the whiskey nerd and also a guy that likes to drink.
You're a whiskey nerd, Hack. Come on.
Yeah, I know. So,
all right. So you guys in the chat, thanks for watching us through that, and me. I know my MGP, but maybe I don't know my other things. Okay, cool.
I'm feeling like I need to have one of these. I've got a Found North Hoverhawk, and I've got a Four Roses LE.
Okay, cool. All right.
What are you going to do?
So All right, so now we're at the stage. So now we're in our last sort of segment here, and I think we're probably gonna maybe do 15 minutes more hack or something like
Yeah,
that,
something like
just
that. Yeah,
so you guys know.
yeah.
But like this is the time where we start pulling things. You're gonna go to what hack? You're gonna go to
I'm going to pick one of these. So the thing about the Hoverhawk, and I learned this from my good friend Andrew, is that it's finished in a I'll screw this up, Calvados.
Calvados.
Calvados. So tell the good people what Calvados is.
Oh God. Uh, it's French brandy. I don't know fully. I do know that. I know how to say it, and then I think I know actually today
Too
or yesterday
much.
in the TTB, the Bardstown is releasing their next 21% MGP 13-year their next distillery release. Yeah, it's going to be Calvados finished. Anyway,
How close is Calvados to
I don't
brandy
know.
or rum or like?
I I don't know, hack.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I pinned you in a corner on that one. So the reason
No,
I'm
tell me what
trying
you're.
the reason I'm
Yeah.
trying this Hoverhawk is because I've fallen in love with the Found North Batch 11.
Oh yeah,
It is.
Batch 11, baby.
It's
So
knocking on
good.
the door of being my whiskey of the year. Like I love it. I love it.
Whiskey of
I
the
love it.
year.
Yeah. You know, fat kid loves cake. Hack loves Found North Batch 11,
That's a great
and
one.
I really enjoy it a lot. And so Andrew had given me this Found North Hoverhawk a while back, and I've had the Peregrine, which I like a lot. So I haven't had this one yet. The nose on it, oh, it's so nice. It's sweetness. It's a little bit of cotton candy on the nose.
So while you,
Oh God,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sweet, sweet oak. Like it's yeah. It reminds me of. So this is gonna be weird, I know, but like you ever so campfire. Thinking about a campfire, I'm thinking about when you take your marshmallow and you roast it. It's got that roasted marshmallow kind of vibe on it,
apple.
but at the same time, it's like part of the stick, like part of
Yeah.
the oak is like there. It's got that woodiness. It's got plenty of oak, like plenty of oak. It's got really good barrel impact on it.
Do we know what's in
Hover
that?
hover hop.
Someone in the chat. Let us know. Like, is it? It's all it's all Canadian.
It's all Canadian juice, I think. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know if Hoverhawk is how many blends it is. I know my guy Andrew is so educated on this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So let us know about Hoverhawk. I've had anyway. I love Found North, man. And how do you does that when you
So,
you know
so I just
back
Googled it.
yeah
I'm not gonna act like I know what I don't because I
yeah
really
yeah yeah
don't know
no
much. Like I'm a guy that likes whiskey and I'm not that smart on all of it. So I can Google as good as anyone. But this Hoverhawk is made up of aged components of 22-year corn, 23-year corn, 24-year corn, and those are our new American oak, used American oak, 27-year corn with
yeah
new Hungarian oak, 15-year
okay.
rye French oak, 18-year rye French
Good
oak.
God.
Additional
I,
finishing 4 months in Muscatel and new American oak cask.
okay okay.
The grain ratio is a 90 corn, 9 rye, and 1 malted barley.
Oh,
And
interesting. Okay.
it's delicious. It's delicious. Like it's
Well, I would love to hear it like against Batch 11 because I that's up there. I also shout out 21090 Todd. I gave him a sample of Batch 11. He has not had yet,
oh, I
and
want when he
can't
tries.
wait to-
Is he going to try that on stream? Do you know,
I hope he will.
Todd? If you're going to try that on stream, I want to see your reaction. I want to see if we're
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. I that is up there in the top 10 for me. So, but you like this hack?
I like Hoverhawk a lot. It's it's different than batch 11 in that I think it's a little more complex. I think it's got a little more going on.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It, it might be the finish that's doing it. Um, I don't think it's as rich. It's not as sweet, which I think other people will like more. I think in general, like if you tried batch 11 next to Hoverhawk, it's going to be tough to make a choice. It's like picking your favorite child. Like they're both really good.
But different.
Yeah, the difference really I think in Hoverhawk is that it's got a heavier oak impact.
Interesting.
Where that light whiskey that's batch 11, it's just more sweetness. It's more cotton candy. It's more rich butterscotch. It's not the amount of oak comes through. There's more barrel impact and oak that comes through
Yeah.
on this.
So Calvados is an apple brandy, so it's relatively close. Specifically, can only be from Normandy, France. Thank you, Matthew. And then Major Zero. This year's Tanager will be the whiskey of the year, according to Nancy.
Yeah. We were. So
Who can argue with
Major Zero. We're having this. So yeah, you see, I've got this year's up here, and
Yeah.
I think I that bottle's on life support, but
It is.
but
You
the
share.
thing about that is, and we were talking about this a separate group, is that Nancy's gonna come out and say this year's batch is pretty good. It's not as good as last year's. She's not going to say that.
Yeah, yeah.
She's not going to say that. So the hype is real. I get it, but like. There is something super interesting. I'm going to do this pour next. You go ahead. You talk. I'm sorry. I've been talking too long.
So I think I'm now. Yeah. So while you're doing that hack, I'm going to talk about these next two pours, which I think are really right now the budget sort of like Kentucky distillers. What's best? The Bottle and Bond 7-year Old Fitz, Wild Turkey Age Statement 101 8-year, and I've done this already. I'm gonna do this live on stream. In the chat, let me know kind of like what you're thinking. Have you had the Old Fitz 7? I know, like it's been secondary crazy if it's not in your area. I would say just wait. It will get there. Like it will get there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do this hack just as we're going.
Yeah. As you're doing that, I'm going to pull something. This is for Major Zero specifically because you tuned into us, and I want to show you something because I think I'm onto something, and this is April's pick, right? This is April's Nancy's pick. I don't know if you have. I know you're a Still Austin fan, Major Zero, so I don't know if you have this one, but I am 100% convinced that this version of Nancy's pick, she was playing with different versions of what she wanted to be Tanager. It has that cigar vibe. It has that fig. It has that really kind of sweetness behind the fig. Like 100%. It just, I'm going to pour it again because I haven't had it in a while. But this right here, this is Nancy's pick from April. I sent you the May one, Mac. So you don't have you don't have the April one, but this, it's got a cigar blend vibe on it. So you ready to go through your tasting notes on turkey and
so I'm gonna do these two real quick, Hack, and then I want to hear from you. So I think the Old Fitz, which I love, and some of the older Old Fitz, you get a little bit of that cherry nose, you get a little bit of that light oak, and then the palate here, which 100 proof, by the way, the viscosity is impressive. And for the price, I'm impressed. And the taste, I'm impressed. I get the cherry. It matches the palate. And then we get the Wild Turkey 8. And I'm a self-admitted, I've accepted this.
You're a turkey
I love Wild
dude.
Turkey. I love
You're a turkey
Wild
dude.
Turkey.
Yeah.
And with Wild Turkey 8, it's going to be tough. It's probably going to win. But I will say, don't overpay for the Old Fitz. I think I got it for 55, 60. And then I got the Wild Turkey 8-year for 50, which I think 45 is MSRP. The nose is not as straightforward. It's more oaky here, more creamy on the Wild Turkey 8. Oh, okay. Yeah, for me, I like the Wild Turkey 8 year. You get a lot more of that oak. It almost tastes like, even though it's a 1 year age difference, that it tastes older. Right now the finish is still going. At the same time, you're not going to go wrong. If you buy these from MSRP, you're going to like them both. But Wild Turkey 8 year age statement 101 wins.
I I think it comes down to whether you like Weeders or whether you like Wild Turkey.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's what it comes down to. But the cool thing about both of these distilleries is they're saying, hey, we're going to do an age statement. Like
so cool.
like
Yeah.
like it's really cool. And so I was in California a couple weeks ago, and local group here, the basement Houston Basement Dwellers, shout out to my boys. I ran into several places where I could have gotten the old fits, and I did. I brought 3 bottles back, one for myself and 2 for friends. And
Yeah.
several guys were like, "Nah, I'll just wait," because they wanted to get their specs points or whatever. It's
Oh yeah,
been a
yeah.
little slower to release than like, but also you've got
Oh really?
yeah. I mean, it's out there, but the
Yeah.
flippers are buying cases at a time because they're not. I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but basically, at the end of the day, I think some of the guys in my local group probably are wishing, hey, I wish I'd let Hack bring one back from California because not a lot of people had it. I had it last week. I really, really enjoyed it. I had it again yet last night when we were doing a little,
Yeah,
you and
yeah,
I
yeah.
and the Houston Basement Dillers were doing a few pours, and I love it. I think for 40, I got that bottle for $44 at Costco, and for forty
Oh
four
wow.
freaking dollars, I bought the Wild Turkey 8 in Kentucky for $42. So both
Yeah.
of those
It,
at that price range
oh,
are incredible, incredible
oh.
whiskeys.
So T Freeze challenge. So you're gonna go. I want you to go to your Still Austin. T Free
Yeah.
Thomas is saying in a blind with OF7, an Old Weller antique. Everyone picked OF7. I'm gonna pull my antique. We're gonna do
Those are
this
two
right now.
weeders, so that makes sense. How are you going to, oh, you're going to blind them and then what? How are you going to do
I'm not
this?
gonna blind him. I'm just gonna go.
You're just going to go. Okay. Okay.
But you do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is for Major Zero. This is April's Nancy's pick. And I'm convinced that she was down there trying to figure out, like, all right, I'm trying out some different versions of Tanager because this one, it has, so one thing is I like to do is I like to make charcuterie boards or charcuterie boards, as we'd like to call them here. And one of the things that I like on my charcuterie board is is
Can't call it
dates.
that.
Is dates. I like dates on my charcuterie, and
Okay. Well, let's just all right.
I can't call it that.
No, no. You go. You keep going.
Okay, all right. So this has that sweet date, like nice, like on the nose, and then yeah, the palate is just oh God Almighty, it's just intense. It's got that sweetness behind that, but then it goes straight into the smoky leather oak, and it's just this is like it's a cigar blend. It's not as good as my Tanager at all, but it's like knocking on the door. It's like saying, "Hey, Tanager, I'm here. I'd like invited to the party." And Mr. Tanager on the other side is going, "Let me check my list. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Oh, April, Nancy's pick. Yep, you're on the list. Come on in." Like Mr. Tanger let April Nancy pick in the door because it's that good. Yeah. So it's got that date, sweet, and fig. It's got the fig in it. But I love what Still Austin is doing with the barrel impact because they're starting to figure out where to put it. So we were talking earlier about where's the finish set. In this April Nancy's pick, the finish set's at the end of the mid pellet, which is where you want it. So like you try it, and this one is that's probably why 107 proof, which
Ooh,
I think is one of the perfect
sweet spot.
sweet spots. Yeah. So when you try it, it's got that really nice flavor profile that's doing all these cool things, and then the finish kicks in, and it's great. And that's how I feel about this April Nancy's pick. Which Nancy's picks they're always good. Like you just don't get a bad one. She just and Major Zero said this earlier in our chat. Like he trusts her. I do too. 100%. Like,
I mean, come on.
There's not too much she's ever done bad. So
she created cigar blends.
So if Nancy says 2025 Tangier is going to be the best one she's done, you got to believe it. I understand that. Like, I don't disagree. But she's not going to say otherwise.
Interesting. Major Zero is saying, if you love dates, Rare Perfection 14 and 15 are great. And I haven't got too much into the Rare Perfection stuff, but I need to.
So I saw those when I was in Kentucky at the distillery, which the name just left me. And we drove by there. Just left me. This is what happens when you're old. But Rare Perfection is really high priced, and I'm like, like I haven't made that decision. So here we go. Weller Antique 107 versus Old Fit 7. Let's get it.
So let's start back with a 7-year age statement, which I need to admit something to everyone. Old Weller Antique, since when I was able to buy it for like a handle for $25 in 2012, it's been one of my favorites. And to this day, it still doesn't, like, I put it in blinds. I want it to be beat. And so anyway, that, just so you know, and Hack, they're asking you what's next. So I'm going to finish this up. You make sure you got some good things coming. Give a little sneaker spoiler of what's coming next for you while I do
my
this.
good friend Tim is the whiskey god, GAWD.
GAWD.
He was kind enough to give me this Four Roses 2024 Ellie. And so I'm going to sample that tonight because I've been wanting to. So this is for Tim.
A little teaser. And then after this, I'm going to do a little teaser. I got sent a special sample too.
We're teasing all over.
William LaRue Weller 22.
What?
Thank you, Mike Zilla. All right.
I like how you always one up me. You're always like, just.
That's the goal. That's why we do this, Hack. All right. So, I've drank this a lot. It's great. It's good. It's this Old Fit 7 Bottle and Bond. Thank you for this. It is a little bit of that, like, Honey Bear, right? In the Kroger or whatever you guys shop. Publix, shout out to Florida.
Whatever you guys shop. You don't shop?
I do. I'm saying where your local marketplace.
Okay, I thought
like Kroger.
Like I thought maybe you had a personal shopper that brought things to you. Like you're that big.
No, I'm not that. Yeah, but like it's Honey Bear, slight cherry, a little watered down. But for 7-year age statement, it's got a nice viscosity. Let's get into the Old Weller Antique. I get a little bit more of that age flow funk. It's weird that I get funky wheat nose with Old Weller Antique, but I do get a dusty nose, and I love it. And then we do this. And from the very beginning, it's more complex. It goes from that light oak to it goes to like cherry. It goes back to like some of that barrel char. The viscosity of a 107 is somehow there. I get a little funky weird stuff. Like I can like taste some like cereal corn pops. I get the honey that I got in Old Fit 7. We get a little more cherry, maraschino, and then guess what? The oak is back. A little bit of that ethanol that I like, and it's a better pour.
Weller Antique is better than Old Fit 7?
Shocking. Weller Antiques better than 107 to me, but apparently in T-Freeze blind.
No, and this is what's beautiful. Like when you do side by sides like you're doing, it's like that's why. So I cannot talk about it on stream because I still got some guys that are going to finish. I'm going to talk about it as soon as we finish. But and this is what's really cool about whiskey communities. I actually wanted to talk about this, so I'm glad that you said this. Is that everybody always says like, hey, like whiskey communities, like, or everybody says like, hey, I really, I need advice. I need this. I need that. Um, get into a whiskey community. Get into a group. I don't care which group it is. Like
Yeah.
we met through Bruzel, I know, but we're both in different groups. My basement builder group here in Houston. One of the really cool things that we do is we do virtual blinds where about once a month where we make little blind packets and there's about 20 of us and whoever wants to participate they can, but we put the little packets together and we meet on Saturdays and we pass them out and then we get together on Discord and this month it was my turn, so I did a 5 sample blind and I cannot talk about it. I've got to hold on. But basically, when you do things in a blind versus side by side, it's completely different. Like it's so different when you're trying it without the bias, without like, hey, I know I like this, I know I like that. That's why I think that truthfully, if you put like things that you really love in a
Yeah.
blind, you find out that like, oh well, I like if you're a turkey guy, right? If you really know
All right.
turkey and you love it, you're if you pick it in a blind, then that validates that you really love it.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
agree. And so, like,
you know,
Thomas, like, let me just say one thing real quick, Thomas, that there's no wrong, like,
nah,
I think like, I just told you, I bought that bottle by the handle in 2012. Like, that is like something I love, right? Like, that's something that's a big part of my bourbon journey. There's no wrong thing, right? Which hashtag whiskey fam, right? That's what we're doing here. We're a whiskey family. We're supporting each other. There's no wrong answers. And like, if 5 people picked Old Fit 7, that's awesome. Like, because guess what? How hard is it to find Old Weller Antique in a lot of places outside of Ohio
yeah,
or Texas? Don't
yeah,
you guys get it too, Hack? I don't know.
yeah. Weller Antique, Weller. So the Weller family for us, it's interesting. Like Green Label, all day long, like every
Yeah.
day, all day. You can find Weller 12 occasionally. Single barrel, super super hard.
Yeah.
CYP impossible. Antique 107, it's not that common. It's not at all. I see you with the WLW.
So we're gonna end with this,
This
right,
is it.
Hack?
This is
You're
the
gonna
end. Yeah,
have
this is
yours,
it. Yeah,
and then
this
I'm
is
gonna
it.
end. This will be my first William Larue. And so, what are you sipping on? What's your last one here,
So
Hack?
Tim was kind enough to send this to me because I really like Four Roses. So Four Roses is what got me started in whiskey.
Oh, is this the LE?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I've never had LE. My favorite recipe is OESO.
okay.
I know that's not the most popular. I know most people like
It might.
OESK.
It actually might be.
Oh, is it? I
I
thought
don't know. I thought it
OESK
was.
is. Most people say
Oh,
that LE comes from OESK, but I don't know for sure. But
okay.
in December, I got to go to Kentucky and I got to meet Brent Elliott, master distiller. We did the whole tour at Four Roses. During COVID, I drank more Four Roses than most humans should because I just like it a lot. And so I went through the whole gamut. I tried everything that Four Roses did, but I never got my hands on the
Oh
Ellie.
yeah, on the
And
LE.
so
This is hard to find.
Tim was kind enough to give this sample to me. So I thought, you know what, tonight's the night.
That's awesome. I've never had one. And which year is this, Hack?
This is 24.
Nice.
So I know you can find this bottle on secondary. I don't think you can find it in
God,
stores very often.
no,
I know that they had it at Good Times. Do you remember what did they sell it at Good Times? Do you remember?
no. Oh, they had the LE there
Yes.
at Cox
Yeah.
Creek.
Yeah. Because we were just right around the
I
corner from the bottling
I haven't seen
part.
it for less than like 500 or whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah. So I get that floral nose on this. Yeah.
yeah,
I get the floral kind of rich richness, a little bit of fruit. Gosh, it's good. Yeah, it's got the sweet fruit. It's got the oak right where I want it. It hits perfectly. But
Nice.
I'll be honest. Like I think that I've got some barrel strength Four Roses in there that were master
Oh,
distiller picks. That
yeah. Which,
that's first taste. I need to try one more time.
while you're sipping that
Yeah,
second sip,
I think my master
you
distiller
would,
picks are better than that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a great pour, and it sounds
yeah.
like I'm a whiskey snob, and I don't mean to do that. This is a great pour for anyone that
No, no,
loves
it's what
Four
we like.
Roses.
Which,
But I think my master distiller's OESO, it's a better version of Four Roses than this, and
yeah, yeah,
it's not that this is bad. It's not. It's good, and
yeah.
that's where I live.
So, well, that's good. It makes me feel better about not having one, but at the same time, I'm sure it's great. Thomas, our blind was fresh crack on both bottles, and that's why we blind. Take the biases out. He's
Yeah.
100% right.
No,
Like
he's 100%
you,
right.
like that's why you do it. Like even your most loved bottles, I would encourage everyone like put your most beloved bottles in a blind, try them, rank them. Like you
Yeah.
will learn stuff. And now I'm about to learn something here, Hack, with what
You've
a
really
lot of
never
people
had WLW. You really never have.
never. I've never. And
So this is exciting.
the 2022 is what a lot of people call the goat of William LaRue from the most recent memory. Um,
Where'd you get this sample? Who gave it to you?
Shout out Mike Zilla. Gave it to me in person, and it was great to get that. Um,
Mike Zilla's a good dude.
yeah, and like anyway, he's the BTAC king, and I've had some anyway. I've been drinking for a while. I've had some good stuff. I haven't bought the BTAC in a long time just because it's like hard to find and expensive. But I'm gonna come back to this Hack. Here we go. This color is amazing. This nose, Hack. This nose. It's like what a perfect dream nose. Wimler Weller, 2022, 124.7 proof. It is cherry, and it's the cherry cola thing, which Calumet 18 that I love. But it is, oh man, I might have to do a anyway. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself, Hack.
You know,
Oh,
TJ, when he talks about people have asked him on the supporter streams, are like, hey, what's the best whiskey you ever had? He said WLW several times.
all right, I need to sip it.
I'm excited about this to see what you really think on this. Oh, look at him. He's in his feelings, people. Hey, this is the golf moment where you're waiting for the putt. We're at the Masters, and he's approaching. He
Oh
stepped up.
my god! Wow,
It's that good.
it is. It's oh god. I hate that it's this good because that part of me wanted to be like, don't chase BTAC, guys. Like,
Yeah.
stop, don't do it. But right now, it's still going, and like, and I, you know what? I haven't have a, I have. This is my first WLW. It is, if I can say anything about it, it is cherry. Is like cherry cordial cherry, right? Like the like chocolates, but it also is like milk chocolate. It's delicious. Hack, do you know what this goes for?
Yeah, I do. I should kick myself in the ass. So
You have one?
no, no. So in December they had a drop at a local store, and I decided I'll go and line up a couple hours early. And shout out to Daniel, who's in our whiskey group here in Houston. He was in line, and he was number two overall. And they only had two bottles of WLW. And I
What?
was
Sorry,
number
I think.
three overall.
Oh
And
wow.
they were selling it for $800 that day. And he walked out with it. And I think most WLWs, you're not going to pay less than 1200.
Yeah.
So that's probably where you're going to pay. But at 800, and this is what's crazy. I can't believe this is about to come out of my mouth. But at 800, it's a pretty good deal. That's how hard
I mean,
that bottle is to find.
I oh god. I mean, part of me wants to take out the Calumet 18 here, which I paid 425 for.
A future stream. A future stream.
Yeah, but I think
How much
like
did
first
you
of all,
save some of the sample back, or did you?
of course, I
Yeah,
didn't just
good,
drink
good, good,
that.
good, good, good.
Are you kidding me? Um, yeah. So anyway, I know we're kind of getting to we've been streaming for a while,
Yeah, we have.
and
We need to get to the
anyway,
end. Yeah.
I will let me like cap this, and then we can kind of finish this. But like
Hmm.
William LaRue Weller, this was special. I haven't really had anything like this. I've had some great pours. This is top. It's just immediate in my head. Top five pours of all time. 2022 William LaRue Weller. Thank you, Mike Zilla. Um, and I don't know. Hack. I will throw it back to you after this, but it's been so cool
Yeah.
having the blind barrels with the Texas crafty stuff.
It's
It's
fun
like
night.
we did our own little thing. You tried your stuff. Like this is so cool, and like the fact that people actually watch this means a lot to me, and like it just feels special.
Yeah.
So
Look,
thanks, y'all.
I'm deeply appreciative of the fact that there are 103 people that have subbed to us, but I'm also like I love the whiskey community. I love the fact that look, man, when you get older, like I'm over 50, right? It's tough to make friends. Like I'm just gonna be honest. Like it's tough to make
It's tough.
friends.
Period. Yeah.
And so, man, I'm thankful for you as a friend, Mac. Like I appreciate our friendship. Uh,
Same.
Deeply thankful for the blind barrels you sent me, and I love doing this with you. I love hanging out with other people that like whiskey. I like this a lot, and I like the fact that we get to do it together and make friends. And I hope
Yeah.
that people that watch this now or they watch it back, like, look, that's what it's about. Like, I'm not a snobby whiskey dude. I just like whiskey. I like to learn. I'm still figuring it out. I like to pick barrels. I like to. There's a lot of things I like to do with whiskey, but at the end of the day, it's all about
Yeah.
making friends. And I feel like I've got a good friend in you, Mac, and I feel like a lot
Absolutely.
of the folks in our channel that are watching us, I've made good friends with them too, and I'm enjoying it, and this is fun.
Yeah.
And
This is
just want to thank all you guys for having fun with us tonight, and
yeah.
look forward to doing more of this in the future.
Yeah.
And just man, thanks again, Mac.
Awesome. Hey, thank you. Shout out to everyone who joined us, jumped in the chat, and totally agree. That's what this is about, right? The community, people are on different levels. Like this, guess what? Like everyone's welcome, right? Like,
Yeah,
what do you like? Like, tell me what you like.
yeah,
What do this is so cool. Like, thank you guys for joining us, talking to us in the chat, dealing with like my completely wrong blind idea. But like, that's the cool thing, right?
yeah,
Where like, we're learning together. And then at the end of the day, Hack, when you learn what you like and you can walk in a store and be like, I want that. I know what I like. Isn't that the goal? And then you can show it to a friend and you can both sip
yeah,
it
yeah,
and you can enjoy it.
yeah.
That is the goal, man.
Whiskey's meant to be fun, y'all. It's meant to be fun. And we want to make it fun. If it's not fun, I'm sorry, but we're going to try. And look, at the end of the day, thank you guys for watching us. Mac, thank you again for the blind barrels. And hey, guys, have a good week. Uh, Happy Father's Day again to everybody out there. We love you
Yeah,
guys, and
much
peace
love.
out.
Peace out.